see the chart.
Okay, just a minute.
Put the recording on.
Okay, sir. In the right hand side, you can see this chart where
Yes.
on one axis, the gross sales and profit is being monitored. On the other axis, discount is being monitored. Just a minute, sir. Give me a minute.
Yeah, sure.
But in this chart, when I'm trying to do the predictive analysis or do the trend line, it's somehow not coming. I don't
No,
know the
it's not.
reason.
If you have two data sets, then
Yes.
it's not giving.
Yeah. It will not be able to give because it is not. It will not be able to figure out for which trend, which data set.
Okay,
has to make a
only
trend.
if I have gross sales or profit or discount,
Yeah.
I'll get that.
Yes, if it is one of them, then you should get it. Because remember that these trend lines and all are, it's not a very
No,
sophisticated way.
you told me, sir. You told me. Just that I was not getting. So suppose
Yeah.
if I remove profit
Huh.
and from secondary axis I remove discount also, and I monitored the gross sales.
Yes.
Now, if I go to this analysis, okay, still it's not showing, sir.
Just
trend line.
remove the constant line. Why constant line?
Okay.
It is giving you a constant line.
Okay.
Just remove.
Removing all the constant lines.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Back here and again going back.
Yes.
I'm removing the minimum line, maximum line, everything.
Yes.
That
Okay.
average line also.
So this is
still it's not showing.
no, down below. Where is the this, constant line will not be a prediction. Just go down.
Yes.
Where is the
Percentile line, median line. Not even the prediction forecasting.
no, prediction forecasting option is not here. So there must be something. Yeah, there must be something. Just can you make the just show me the dimensions and measures that you have put for this chart. Okay, yeah, see, it is a month. Okay, now problem is that this January month means January of 2013 and 14. Okay, so because it's 2 years, hence it is not able to give you prediction. Okay. Because it is not a timeline. It is for the month of January, both in year 1 and year 2 added up. So just change that to normal date format. Normal all the date. Just remove the date and just move. Just bring the date back. Yes.
Just only date.
Yes. Just bring the date back and normal date. Okay, just make this. Just go to the drop down arrow and make it remove the hierarchy on top. Let me just admit all of them. No, don't not that.
Okay.
You just have to bring the date one more time. Okay. Just bring the date one more time. Just remove it and bring the date. Yes. And go to the drop down. Just there's a small arrow on the right hand side. See, I think I can.
Okay, here.
Yes, just go there. Okay, and click on that and just say date, not hierarchy. Just say date on the right hand side. On the right hand side.
Day.
No, date on the right hand side. Remove field, move to small box that has opened. Small box that are open beside that. When you clicked on the so down below you see there's a date.
Date, okay.
Yes, just have that. Okay. And now, now if go because now you have now go to the model.
Okay.
Now you will see the forecast. Okay.
Yes.
And now you do one thing. Now you try putting another value. Just go to the just go to the chart again. Just in the secondary value, just give profit or some other value. Profit in secondary value. Okay. And now go to the forecast. Just go down, whether you see forecast or not.
No, forecast is not there.
So,
Nothing is there.
okay. So go back again. Okay. So that means when you have two values, primary and
values.
secondary, you will not be able to do the forecasting.
Forecasting.
Now, suppose you put the profit below gross sale. Okay, just drag it into the value over here.
Yes, I'm doing that.
Yes. And now go to the forecast. Now see if it can do the forecast. Go down.
Yes, I think no,
No,
it can't do the forecast, but a trend line can be established.
Yes. Yeah. Just do a trend line now. Now you should give two trend lines.
Yes. So style, maybe this.
It is giving only one trend line. So,
only one.
So it is giving the trend line in the primary value.
Yes. Okay, sir.
Trend line 1. So can it give a trend line? Just go down. Let's see if we can. Is there any other way? No, I don't think. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you. I'm stop sharing.
Sure. Okay, good. Most have joined. Maybe we'll just wait for a minute and then start.
I think Shumanda is yet to join.
We can start maybe. Okay, so let us try some more charts today. Before that, any questions, anything that anybody wants to share? All good? Great. So just quickly open this. Okay, first of all, I think some of you wanted to know how to see the full screen. So some of you wanted to see how to do the full screen. There is no direct way. Only thing is that you have to publish it to Power BI service space. Okay, so for that you need to be registered. Okay, so I'll just show you how this can be done. So let me just quickly import the data set. Those of you who are working on if save the PBIX file, you can also use that. But I'm going through this because I want to show you one more thing before we do today's charts. So some of the changes that we did over here, I'm just repeating. More this whole number. And I think we also, so just check the date field should be okay. Otherwise, it sometimes it's a problem. We can remove the month number because that sometimes confuses the month number and month name. Okay, so I can just remove the column. Everything else is fine as so just close and apply. Okay, so here we did some transformation as well. So manufacturing price, we made this currency. Sale price, we made this currency. Everybody is comfortable in this, right? I hope this part everybody is okay.
Are you using the new data set today?
No, no,
Sorry,
no.
I'm actually a little late coming.
No, Shubham. I think Vishwadit is not yet given that, but
He
I will.
has shared one data sheet. No?
Oh, is it?
Has just,
Oh,
yeah.
I
Just
think.
now I could see Vishwajit has shared something.
Okay. Then I'll take some. I mean, maybe we can do it in the next class because
Okay.
I need to, work on that before I
Okay, fine.
show it to you. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, Vishwadit, you have taken shared in the CMI, my CMI mail, right? I'm assuming. So anyway, I'll figure that out, and next class we'll work on that data set. Okay, so here we also created some new columns, which is profit percentage and.
You are using the same data set of last time, right?
Yeah, you can use.
So
I'm just.
why do you changing? Why are you changing it right now? Because you are actually taking the from same data set, no?
Yeah. No. You can import the PBIX file also.
Yeah, I can import the PPI file and
Yeah,
start
you can
working
do
on that.
Yeah. But I want to show you some more stuff. That's why I just.
Okay.
Profit by sales. Sorry. Made this percentage. And one more we did, which is the
Discount percentage.
discount percent.
The discount by gross sales, no?
Yeah, so this one we did for gross sale because discount should be applied on gross sale. You make this percent. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll create a new column, and this time I want to categorize this profit percentage into 3 different categorical values. So this profit percentage right now is a continuous quantitative value. So I want to convert that into let's say 3 or 4 categorical values. Let's say if the profit percentage is more than let's say 25%, then it will be considered as high profit. If it is between 20 to 25%, it will be considered as an average profit, and otherwise it will be considered as a low profit or something like that. Okay. So basically, I want to classify them into different, like the way you do for age and. Okay. So basically, I want to have those, those slabs. Now, the way to do this is just like in Excel, you can write if-else conditions. Okay, it's very simple queries, and these are called DAX. Data Analysis Expressions, DAX. So essentially, these are simple queries which can be written in the Power BI. Okay, and it will automatically give you that. So if I call this, so I'm just writing this query, and it's those of you who, of course, know SQL. This is this is no-brainer. But those of you who are from business users have not written SQL ever, it's not at all difficult. It's pretty easy. It's pretty English-like. So we are creating something called a profit band. Okay. And just say Alt Enter. Just like in Excel, it will go to the next screen. If, and these are all, it will give you the prompts.
We did an Alt and Enter.
Yes, Alt Enter. Just like in Excel. In Excel, if you do an Alt and Enter, it will go to the next line, right? But if you just press Enter, it will just execute it.
Right.
So just don't do Enter, you just do Alt and Enter. And if you see that their syntax is given, logical test, result if true, result if false. Okay. So what we are saying is that if profit percent is greater than, let's say 0.5, profit percent is greater than 0.5, then I will classify them as high margin, comma.
Just like if function in Excel.
Yeah.
How we write if function?
Same. I mean, exactly. Not only in Excel or any other SQL, it's exactly similar to that. So most of the SQL, the logic is the same. It's just that the grammar may slightly vary. Okay, so it's very easy to write as long as you are thinking logically is very easy to write, and rest of it, the grammar part of it anyway, it gives you the help. So we're saying that if profit percent is greater than 0.5, then it's high margin. Okay, I have to close this thing.
We can't put that in percentage. That is, we've written 0.5, which means 50%. So we can't write 50% there.
No, because the original value is in 0.5. We have formatted the data to show it as if it is 50. Okay. But internally it is being read as a fraction. So it has to be 0.5.
So can we have like multiple, I mean, if else, something like that?
Yeah. So we'll have that. So here the next one is, what we are saying is that between, let's say
25% and 50%.
25 to 50%, we are saying it is
medium or something.
Average margin. Okay.
Average margin.
So say if profit percent. Now what we are saying here is, so this grammar changes a little bit from different type of SQL statements. So in this case, it is saying that if I say 0.25, okay, then let's say moderate margin. Okay, so that means it will automatically take that 0.25 to 5 is moderate margin because it's filtering down. So I've said greater than 0.5 is high margin and greater than 0.25 is moderate margin. So it's filtered down and says that means 0.25 to 5 will be moderate margin.
So that means less than equal to 0.5, it's automatically taken.
Right.
That's what you're saying.
Right. In this syntax, okay. Now, syntax, the grammar may slightly vary from different SQL statements. Okay. In DAX, this is how it is handled. Okay. Again, I say if profit margin.
So did we do a tab here? I mean,
Yes. Yeah. I forgot to say that. You have to do a tab because they're nested. These are nested if statements. So you have to do a tab. So if profit margin is greater than, let's say 0, that means, so 0 to 0.25 will be low margin.
Why is it when I'm writing if by default I'm not getting the financial profit? It is not prompting me. The first time it did, but now it's saying that the syntax for high margin is incorrect. So
okay,
after
so
that,
something wrong. I'll just see your syntax. Okay, I mean some small error would be there in your syntax, so no issues. That's right. So last is that That means if less than 0, I don't need to write anything. It's a loss. And if the margin is less than 0, it's loss. And I have to close the bracket. So it tells me how many brackets I should close. So it will showing. Okay. So this is the code. So I'm just copying the code. So in case you are facing a problem, just use this. And just enter. Just calculate, and you see just given moderate margin, low margin.
Is there a loss? Can we check from the filter upper?
Yes,
There's
a loss.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so there are, I mean, more sophisticated DAX functions. So those of you who are interested in, more detail this thing on Power BI, you can actually, there's a big documentation on DAX, which, I mean, these are standard documentation Power BI provides, and you can use that. But it is pretty intuitive. I mean, so how many of you wrote a code for the first time? Let me see a show of hands. First time coders. No hands. Everybody has written code before. Suman. Okay, great.
We couldn't
Woman.
find it. So my first code was okay. My second and third shows errors.
No. Okay, yeah. So,
Yes,
woman. So you
syntax
you can show your screen now. Okay.
I'm on the other laptop actually.
Oh, okay. Or what you can. Oh, okay. That also would be difficult because then you can't do a cut and paste.
No, but can I just show it to you like, suppose I show it to you like that?
No, it will be difficult.
No, this is not helpful.
This is a problem. It will be. Where are you getting the error?
So the first one when I did, so there was no problem.
Okay.
And when I did Alt and
Oh.
Enter, when I went to if and I was typing out financials by
Did you do a tab? Did you do a tab?
No.
Okay, you need to do a tab because you see it's nested.
Oh,
Okay.
so just a tab. Huh?
Yeah, you do. So you see a small, vertical line coming over here.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that means otherwise it is a separate if statement. So only when it is a tab, it means it is a nested if. That means it is first reading that, okay, let me figure out which are the cases where the profit margin is greater than 0.5. I'll mark it as high margin. Rest of it I filter out. Then it passes to the next filter where it is greater than 0.25. So already those which are greater than 0.5 has been filtered out. So automatically this one will take those cases which are between 0.25 and 0.5. And it will take it as moderate margin. And again, the next one will be like that. And finally, whatever is left over is loss.
Okay, but I'm still not getting a prompt.
Just see if there is, if I've given a comma, this comma is important. This one is important.
I have given a comma on both.
So
sides.
this double quotes, we have to put it or it will come automatically?
No. You have to put it because otherwise it will not take it as a label.
So whatever we write within these double quotes will be printed out.
Will be coming over.
Since this is a machine language, so it has got its own uniqueness of writing.
It has its own syntax or grammar. Every language will have its own grammar. Okay, so if you write in Python, R, everybody will have his own grammar. However, what is called a pseudocode, that means things like stating if, else, this typically remains the same. So anybody who knows one particular language, any of these, these query languages, it is easy to pick up any other language. Because, the syntax will be more or less the same. And rest of it, you can always, the help is always there. Okay, so whenever, most of the cases, when you write this, you will see a help. Okay, prompting. Okay, all good, everybody? Okay.
Yeah, my errors are still there. so-
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Okay. I don't know. Can you do a
One thing, now the for the argument for the 3, it says in quotes 3 in if function is required. So what am I?
so you have an if and
Yeah.
then a bracket.
That's right.
Okay. So comma, then if, then make a tab and start with this, and then again.
Yeah, done it. Not able to figure out.
That is similar to Excel. It's a combination of if and or, if and
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like that.
yeah, not
How you write
not,
in
not
Excel
only
with a
does
blank
Excel,
box,
yeah,
it's almost same.
yeah. Not only Excel, any kind of query language. is a
Any
query
kind of query, yeah. It's actually a combination of if and or. If this is happening, or this, or this.
Right. Okay. So
Okay, go on.
so later on, you
Umen,
will just
Umen, try copying Atanu's the code that he shared in the chat box. Just
yes.
try that once.
Yeah, I'm on the other laptop. So
Oh,
Perfect. Yeah.
right.
I actually copied my first line and my first line was fine. It didn't show any errors there. Just copy. Something wrong.
Okay, do one thing. Just put a bracket there at the end of high margin and just and just next line write low margin. Okay, so just go one by one, step by step. That may help to figure out where the error is coming. So I can just remove this and just write low margin and just close this bracket. That means one will be high margin, the other will be low margin instead of a nested if.
Okay. Let me not stop everybody else's.
I'm sure you will get it. Okay, next time you can just. I think good idea would be like Pritham, if you can show sometimes when you are you're using the other laptop. Okay, that you can do. Okay, maybe join. You can join through both the laptops, right? If you want to show, just show from the other laptop and then work on the laptop on which you are listening.
Okay.
Okay, that can be one way. So you join from both the laptops.
Okay.
But share screen only when whichever laptop needs a share screen. You can try that
Yeah.
now.
This laptop had a Power BI problem because of its operating system. So
Oh, okay.
it had not downloaded. So I was using.
No, I'm saying the one from where you are using Power BI.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that one, through that one you also log in. Okay, there's no harm in logging in. You don't have to, yeah. So you are logged in 2 laptops.
Yeah.
If you need to share the screen from the other laptop.
Okay.
So I think that will be easier. So
Yeah.
then if you can do that, then probably after some time you can even share the screen. Okay. Everybody fine as of now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Okay, so we can just now use this if you want. We can this profit band. So we can take a normal bar plot and take profit band as our axis and take sales. So I want to see that how much of sales has happened in different profit bands. So majority of my sales have actually happened where the profit band was low margin. So majority of my sales is low margin. Okay. And in fact, after low margin, I have a significant amount of losses. And high margin sales are pretty low. And if I want to, let's say, analyze this by segment, and put it in segment, and now it's a very interesting thing comes up, okay, which is basically showing that okay, that the low margin sales are coming from primarily your enterprise, small business, and this one is government. Okay, loss is almost entirely coming from enterprise. Okay, moderate margin is coming from this is government, and then this one is mid market, and high margin actually is coming from the channel partners. So actually you see that it's a channel partner, the sales volume is low, but the channel partners are giving you the highest margin. Okay. Make sense? Yeah. Now, we were discussing about how to publish, how to show this in a kind of a view mode. Now, what I found out is that there is no direct way of showing this in a view mode. The best in this Power BI desktop, the best that you can do is this. Okay, this is the best that you can do. Okay, this one. Okay, and this one. You can remove everything and do it. Okay, but you still have. There's no way of getting rid of these. Maybe here I can just take off something, but essentially it will not get into a view mode. So the way to get into the view mode, a proper view mode, where like a PowerPoint presentation or something like that, is to go into this publish. So this publish basically will take you to the Power BI service. Okay, Power BI service is like your a cloud platform where you have to publish this data. Okay, so that's where this may be available in the paid version of Power BI. Since I have not used a paid version of Power BI, I don't know whether in a paid version of Power BI the presentation mode will be available. Okay, but in this free version of a Power BI, if you have to make the presentation mode, you essentially have to publish it into your Power BI service. Okay, so I can just save this. Let's say asking me to save this. Okay, so if I have to publish this, I have to go to this my workplace. So I am now publishing it to my Power BI service, which is a cloud platform. Okay, so it's opening there. I don't know whether you're able to see the pop-up. Let me just check. I think you're not able to see the pop-up, right?
Yeah, I could see.
Yeah, I could see the pop-up. So this is the open Power BI sample data set. Okay, so here from here, if I click, it will take me to the browser. Okay, but you need to have a Microsoft account for that. So this is the Power BI service.
So that means even internally, if we need to make any presentations, we need to always publish the data in the table, and then only we can show it in the presentation mode.
I'm not very sure about that, because I'll check that. I think the paid version probably will have that option. Okay, because obviously you will not like to share in the cloud version. So in that case, probably the paid version will have that, but I'll need to check that. But if you are working on this kind of a version, from here you can actually go and view full screen. Okay, so here this is only, so if I have all the 4 charts, the entire chart can be on full screen. Okay, or I can put, I think, this one also in full screen. So I can put this on full screen. So for the free version, this is the method. Now for paid version, if there is any other option, I need to check, okay, because I have not used the paid version.
In the publish mode, Atanu, that dynamic graph that you have shown last time in the last class, will it be, can we see that here in the publish mode?
Yes, in the publish mode. Let me just pick up that. Just let me pick up that other one. which one was the dynamic? I think this one was the dynamic one, right? Okay, so let's publish this. Are you able to see the other tab? No, I don't think so.
You can see the pop-up,
Yeah,
but
not the other one, right?
not the other one.
No, sorry. Hmm. So here I can share this. This one, right? Okay, so we can do that. But whether it can be done on, whether you can show this on, on your Power BI desktop, but in a paid version, we know it can't be shown in a free version. Whether it can be shown in a paid version, that I will check and let you know. Okay, so all okay? Shall we proceed? So far?
Yeah.
Finally, I managed.
Yes, Oman?
Finally, I managed that syntax.
Manage it. Oh, that's great. So you should
I finally
congratulate
managed
yourself for writing
my first code.
lines of code. Congratulations.
I am
You have become an IT
a
professional.
smart copier.
Sorry?
I'm a smart copier. I actually copied.
That's
looked.
okay. That's okay.
I searched from where I went wrong.
Most coders are copiers. Most codes are copied. Okay. So if you see a long line of code, probably 80%, 90, or even more than that is copied. Only 10% is actually originally written. So that's true for every programmer.
I think it's possibly just a space or something like that I missed.
Okay. Yeah. See, it's like that. It's actually quite, it can be quite frustrating because, some
because
small,
when you
comma
had
will be missing or something will be missing because of that.
when you had 3 bars, I had 90 bars. So I was just wondering what should I do.
Okay. Okay. Let us talk about few more charts and then I will talk about some intelligence. We saw some intelligence, but some more intelligence that is there in Power BI. So
Q&A was the best.
which one?
Q&A.
Q&A. I'll show you some more. Okay. Okay. So these 3 charts, which is basically a combination of a line and bar chart. Okay. So this can be used fruitfully in some cases. Okay, these are not very common. You don't typically use a line and bar chart together, but in some cases this can be of use. Okay, so let me just show you some uses of this. So this is where we are having a bar as well as a line. Now, obviously, we know that a line chart is of use when there is some time axis. Okay, some form of time, because that's when you want to show some continuity. Because if it's just let's say sale for a product or sale for country, there's no point in having a line chart because there is no relationship between the two. So let's say my shared axis is date, and so I have something called column series, column values, and line values. Okay, so let me just put the column series as column series as country, column values at sales, and obviously I want the date to be not a hierarchy like this. Okay, and line values as profit. Now, so what it shows is that it is showing sales country-wise breakup, and then this line is the profit line. This profit line is the total profit across all the countries. Now, when do you think this kind of data representation can be useful? When probably we have a my primary focus is to know the sales and the breakup of sales. Along with that, my secondary attention is towards the profit. My profit is not my primary attention. My secondary attention is the profit. Okay, so this is where you can use this kind of a bar and a line chart. Depending on situation, of course, only when you want to show, but only problem is that the bar in the bar chart, the continuity is missing because you are showing the time. Okay, am I making sense?
Yeah.
Okay. The next one, these are very similar charts, so that's why I'm showing it together. The next one is the line and clustered column chart. So let me just show you the clustered column chart for this is a clustered column chart. Okay, so let me just show you the clustered column chart and what is the problem with the cluster. We have discussed this problem, but just to recap that, and then we'll see where the clustered column chart can help. Okay, so in the clustered column chart, let's say my axis is, let's say, date. I'm using date here because I want to show with the date the line chart. Okay, otherwise normally probably for a date I will not use a clustered column chart. I will use a line chart. Okay, but just to explain this combination, I'm showing this as a clustered column chart. My legend is, let's say, product. Okay, or let me take a smaller number of values, segment, otherwise it can become too cluttered, and I take the values as, and I make this as date. So now what I'm showing, what I'm seeing over here is the 4 or 5 different segments and the sale of from each of these segments for each month. Okay, now this, the clustered column chart is very good in comparing two things, comparing for every month, that means the dimension, what is the sale of one segment vis-a-vis other segment. Is also very good in comparing what is the sale of, let's say, government segment in September versus the sale of through government segment in October. Is good at doing both. That means I'm able to compare the sale across different segments for a month, and I'm able to compare the sale of one segment in 1 month versus another segment in another month. But what it lacks is the total sales. The clustered column chart cannot show you the total sales. If I have to do get the total sale, I have to go for a stacked column chart. Isn't it? But again, stacked column chart is not very good in comparing sale in one particular segment in a month versus sale in another segment another month. Okay, I'm taking the example of month and segment just to show that 2 dimension. These 2 dimension can be anything. Okay, am I correct? Yes or no? Yes, so far okay?
Yes, sir.
Now suppose I make this a clustered line and column chart. I convert this to clustered line and column chart, and here I make the line value also sales. Now see what happens. Now it is showing me the sales of each of these segments individually as well as the total sales as a line. Okay, so in this way, I'm able to get the sale of individual segments for each month as well as the total sale of that month. So this is the advantage of this line and clustered column chart. Let me know if you've been.
So let me make an inference from here, Atanu. So
Right.
that means whenever the government segment has done well, that sales has gone up.
Right.
Is that correct
Yes,
inference?
yes, absolutely. And that you can also see because government segment seems to be the biggest segment in general. So obviously that's the prime driver. When government sales go up, the overall sales is going up. Okay. So far, fine, everybody?
Yep.
Great. Okay. The next thing, so this is the advantage of this. Now, this chart, this is called a ribbon chart. Now, let me show you the advantage of ribbon chart. A ribbon chart is, you can say, a modified stack bar chart. Okay, so let me first take a, or rather a stacked column chart. Okay, so it can be used as a column chart, not a bar chart. Okay, let me first show you a normal column chart and then show you the difference or the extra information that a ribbon chart gives you. Okay, so this is our normal stacked column chart. So we take, now this time, let's not take date, let us take product. Okay. And values is sales. Okay. And the legend is, that's the country. So I have country wise sales. Okay. Now, one of the problems we said of the stacked column chart is we can find out the sale of the share of each of these countries in the sale of Paseo, but it's difficult to compare the sale of sale of Paseo in US versus sale of VTT in US. That can be that is slightly difficult to compare. You have to compare these two sizes and to figure this out. Now, if I change this to ribbon chart, see what happens. I've changed this to ribbon chart, and let me show this. Okay. So the ribbon chart is always stacked where the highest sales will be in the top. So if I see Paseo, in Paseo, the Mexico is the highest sale. Then you have, okay, Canada, then you have US. And Germany is the lowest sale. Now, when you go to
This type of chart called again?
ribbon chart.
We had this in Google Data Studio also, no?
No, we did not have a ribbon.
What was that?
No, we didn't have
I
any of
think you are confusing with a Sankey chart.
Okay, that's a different thing.
At least not in the, we did not do it. Okay, it is possible that it is present in the one of the community charts. Okay, so the Google Data Studio has a lot of community charts. We explore only few of them. So it's possible that this chart is there in community chart.
Sankey, I think, was a partially dynamic chart, but this is a static chart, which is more of a representative.
Yeah, no, Sankey is not a dynamic chart. Sankey, it appeared like it is interactive. It is showing the highlights. Okay, but it's not like a chart moving with time. But Sankey chart was two different things. Sankey chart was showing that, let's say, the share of, and we here also will see how to do Sankey chart. If I take two dimensions, one is your country, the other is product. If I take country dimension, how much of the sale in the country is contributed by each product? And if I take the product dimension, how much of sale of each product is contributed by each country, different country. So if I have two dimensions, I can do it like that. So in your case, probably it can be a product and region, something like that. But here is different. Here it is showing that because this flow, this ordering of the flow is such that the lowest selling item will be in the bottom. It shows a trend. Okay, it shows a trend. In fact, instead of this, if I make this date, I think this will make more meaning. If I make this just instead of product, I make it date, okay, and country wise. And just see how interesting this chart becomes. Okay, so it is showing that how the sale across the different months is changing. So this guy is what? Germany. Germany is doing very well in September, October. November also fine. December, Germany dropped. January, Germany was the lowest. And who went up? This guy went up. Mexico went up in January. Okay. So you see how Germany's sale is primarily during the September, October period. Okay. Here also you see September, but here in November, in fact, 2013, Germany was the highest, but in November 2014, Germany was the lowest. So I can catch what happened, guys, in November. So last year you were the highest, but now you're the lowest. Okay. So it clearly shows that how you have moved over the months. And you can do a comparison across dimensions. Make sense? Okay, here, in fact, here you can see that I have done an automatic, what we are saying, that most Power BI charts has automatic drill down. So I can actually, because the product is still here, so I can actually create a drill down. And in Germany, I can go to the drill down and now I can see the product wise. Okay. For the month of, so let's say if I say that, okay, you are done great, bad in the month of January, why have you done bad? You can see that the product, Mexico did not do too bad. This was, yeah. So no, this is for the month of. So this is for the month of January, not for in January. Germany, of course, was lowest in all the products except Amarilla. So actually, Germany did not do bad in Amarilla. What pulled down Germany's sale in month of January was Montana, Paseo, Velo, VTT. All of these and Character, all of these products, Germany was the lowest. Whereas Amarilla, it was probably selling as good as others. Okay. Let me know if it makes sense.
Yeah. But Atanu, that's a bit of a disadvantage, not being able to see that month after drill down, no? Because that's, I think, it's
no, I drill down because I drill down on the month. So here the primary dimension is month.
No, after that we can't see that, no?
Oh, yeah, yeah. This we discussed. I think Vishwajit raised this issue that there is a problem that, and I also found that out. I mean, found out in the sense that I tried to figure out if there is any solution to that. But it seems that that's a problem with the drill down over here, or limitation. You can say that if you click on this, and then you don't know what you have drilled down on.
Correct. Yeah.
That appears to be a limitation. Okay, so. And then these things, I think, over a period of time, they kind of.
Yes, they will introduce, I think, so because these are mandatory features.
Right.
So I think that will come up.
Somebody will post. I'm sure already people have posted, and see, maybe they are there because for them right now, if you see why things. Sometimes we feel that why is the IT team not introducing such a simple thing? I'm sure Shubhamaya and Vishwajit will agree that the business user, oh, what's the big deal? I mean, it just. But the problem is that internal structure has to change. So right now, I think the problem. I'm sure if 12 of us are getting this, there are a whole lot of other people in the whole world who have pointed out this problem. But why are they not able to solve it? Because right now, this heading is a static data. Okay. So they do not have a provision to make this dynamic and capture a variable. Okay. So they need to change this internal structure. Probably that is what is causing the, they are not yet brought in, but I'm sure this would have been pointed out by many people. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so we saw this. So let us go to some other dashboards. Dashboard number 5. Okay. We did not do this gauge chart. Gauge chart is a very interesting chart, and it can be used in various cases. For example, if there is a target profit and to what extent my target profit is being achieved, etc. So let's do this gauge chart. Let's say we want to do a gauge chart based on the profit percent. So I have a target profit percent, and I want to see whether I'm achieving the target profit percent or not. This is a very rudimentary gauge. It is not great in terms of visualization. There are some other gauge charts in the community charts which looks better. But let us first see this concept, and then we can see some of the community charts, which gives a better visualization of the gauge chart. Like a colorful gauge. It is not that colorful. So here you see there are a few things. First of all, the value means the one that we want to measure. Okay, let's say we want to measure the profit percentage. Okay. And of course, we don't want to measure the profit percentage. We don't want to add up the profit percent. That's why you have seen this abnormal number. So we want to make this average. Okay, so the average profit percentage for the business is 27.9%. Though we know that individually for certain segments, the profit percent, we saw this, so for some segments, the profit can be very high. Okay, like this one was more than 50%. But on an average, it's 27.9%. Now, what we want is that there is a target profit percent, and we also already there is a scale that is auto-defined 0% to 100%. Now, if we want to change this scale, sometimes let's say it's possible that even the profit percentage can be negative. If we want to change the scale, we may manually give a minimum and maximum value. For the time being, I'm not just touching the minimum and maximum value. I'm assuming the default is 0 to 100%. Though we know that in some cases there may be negative profit, and ideally we should do that. But let's, for the time being, just ignore that. We will keep a target value. Okay, we'll keep a target value. So where do I fill up a target value? In order to fill up a target value, we create a new measure here. Now, this is different from the new column that we created. So when we went to this column and we created a new measure, that was for each row. This profit percent or discount percent was for each row. Individual row. So that's why we had to go there and create a new measure over here. So over here, the new measure will be at individual line item level. But now what we want is an overall target profit percentage. Okay. And that will be a single value. That will not be a value which will be applicable for each of the row. That's why we need to create one new measure over here. And this is where we need to create. And we say that this new measure is target profit percentage.
Gautam, this is a standard chart from Power.
Sorry?
This chart standard from Power BI.
It is standard from Power BI. Okay,
Yes,
like you know, in Tableau we have to code. Okay, if you have to
yes, you have to code in trigonometry.
yeah.
That's very painful. So at least a basic gauge
But once you get the code, is okay.
No, not all the time, because you have to have the data as per the code also. So the bracket data, there is another thing
Right.
to come up.
Yeah.
So
Sometimes you have to tinker with the code.
data structure had to be changed in that case.
Yeah. So
In
let's say
standard chart, we do not have to bother on that part, the
Absolutely.
data structure.
So this is, I think, one of the advantages of both Power BI and Google Data Studio, that it has a huge list of community charts, and is obviously expanding because everybody is contributing to that, and you can.
We are not going in community because we anyway will not use that stuff. So except from community chart, I think this has been the standard chart.
This is a standard chart. Yeah, this is a standard chart. No, I'm saying that apart from that, if there are certain data which you don't mind sharing, Like we were discussing, like when you are using public data or something like that, there there
Then
should
we have
not
the
be
option.
problem, yeah, in problem. So at least you know what are the options that are available in the community chart, and you can
Mhm.
yeah,
Yes, yes.
use them where you think that the security is not a concern. So we give this target profit percentage as 0.2. So we have to keep it as fraction because it reads as a fraction. And now we see this target profit percentage, and this is our target value. I put the target. So now when you put the target value 20%, it will show over here. Okay. And we can format this also if you want. So let's say, so here also, if you want, you can make a gauge axis. So I can actually make a gauge axis based on a function. Let me try and do this. I should be able to say that profit percentage average. No, I can't. No, this one will not help. Okay, we have to. I don't think this one will help. No, this one will not help. Colors, I can change the target color. I can change this to red. Okay, in fact, here I can say the target color if the average profit percentage we can actually give some rules and say if value is greater than target profit percentage, if it is more than 0.2, sorry, not target profit percentage, is profit percentage. Profit percentage is greater than equal to, I should be able to give it as a variable to then it's a green. Okay. New rule if value okay. I should be able to do that, but right now, okay, I'll show it in the next session. Okay, I should be able to, what I'm trying to do over here, this color I'm trying to change if, okay, this one I should not change actually. This one should be the same, but the actual color I should change. Okay, the fill color I should change. Okay, this one I should change. Sorry, this one I should change. If the profit percentage, average profit percentage, so 0 to, I'm just doing it right now in order, but this can be done in a better way. Okay, so what we're doing here, if the average profit percentage okay, yeah, so what it will do is that the color will change or become deeper as the profit is higher. Okay, making sense? Did I get this? Yes. Are you all with me?
I missed out on the color part.
Yeah, sorry. So what I did, let me show you. What I did over here was, this is the blue color, right? So
Right.
now what I want is that if the profit percentage is lower, okay, then it should be a light blue color. Okay,
Mhm.
or I can make this green also. Let's say I can make this green. It may be a light green color.
Okay.
And if the profit percentage is more, then it will become deep green.
Mhm.
So it is 0 to 1. Okay. So a light, if it is a deeper green,
Acha, acha, acha.
then that means it is, the profit percentage is higher. Okay.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yes.
what if we change these values like from 0% to 100%? But you said profit can also be negative.
Right.
So how do we do that?
So in that case, I have to change these minimum values. Okay. So I have to make this, I have to create two minimum values. One is, let's say, -10, another is, or -0.1, another is 1, and then put this two over here. So this is one. Other place we can do it is in the scale, gauge axis. So gauge axis, I can give -0.1. Okay. So it's -10% to maximum 0.5.
Okay.
So now I know that profit, if I know that the profit percentage can never exceed 50%, then I can give it as my, and there are
Now, if I want to make this red, that is, if it goes below 0, I mean, I want to make it red. How?
So in that case, you will have to use the, not a gradient. Okay, so there in the color, you'll not use a gradient. What we'll use is some rules. Okay. So if the profit percent average is greater than, let's say, 0.2 and less than 0.1. Okay, greater than, sorry, it's greater, not less than 0.1, less than
5
or
50% maximum.
max is anyway 0.5, it's 0.5. Then it's
Green.
then it's green. Else, if it is value is
Greater than equal to 0 and
equal to 0 and less than 0.2,
0.2.
it is
Yellow.
orange.
Okay, orange, yeah. Whatever.
And then if it is greater
Less
than 0.1, -0.1, sorry, and less than 0, then it's red.
Red.
In this gauge axis, why is it that my minimum is not getting highlighted? Only the maximum is getting highlighted. Like I'm not able to go and put a figure.
Which one? The gauge
Gauge
axis.
axis, gauge axis.
Okay.
If I go into colors,
Hmm.
Gauge axis, yeah, this minimum, my minimum is not getting highlighted. It's blank. Maximum I can put, but minimum,
Minimum is grayed out, is it?
yeah, it's completely grayed out.
Have you put anything over here in the minimum value?
Okay, let me check.
Just see if you have.
Okay, minimum value I put it as target profit percentage.
Yeah, no, that should be over here, target.
That should
If
be
you
right.
put- So either you can put you can define a value, okay, which is a minimum value. So that you can define if you are kind of, if you want to change the value or it has some formula. So otherwise, in a static mode, it's the -0.1 to 0.5. You can do it in this form.
Okay, okay, I got it.
Okay, and you can also now this data. What was this? I think where is the this target value color we can change. Where did it go? Target data level, target level colors. I think it's there in the colors. target color, I can, red is fine. I should be able to increase the size also. I should be able to increase the size of this, thickness of it. I'm not seeing it right now. Okay. So now I can see this. And if I want to, let's say, take it for different products, I can use a drill down. Let's say for products, I want to see, or let's say for segments. Okay, segments, I want to do this. Now I can say the channel partner, how is it? Okay, channel partner is actually 50%. So it's greater than 50%, that's why it took a blue. Okay, actually 73%, it crossed. Okay, so we can't keep 50%. Okay, we have to keep higher than 50%, because in channel partner, the actual, this thing is, percentage can go up to 73%. So if we just change this to 75%, so this one we should change it to 75. Okay, and the colors, we should change it to this is the color for this. We said average of profit percentage. Instead of gradient, we want rules. If the value is greater than, let's say, minimum 0.5 and less than 0.75, then we put this as green. Are you with me? Or if the value is between 0.25 to 0.5,
The average of some profit percentage, no?
average, yes, sir, average. So this we put it as blue. Okay, and then if it is between 0 to 0.25, fine, put it as amber. And finally, if it is minus 0.1 to 0, put it as red. Okay, so now if we filter it, so let's say we have this filter. So that's a channel partner, screen. Okay, enterprise should be red. Okay, government, okay, mid market, okay, small business, not very good. I'm able to use this as a part of. Okay, so you have a fairly good DAL. So far, fine, everybody?
Yeah.
You can use actually this concept of slicer, sorry. So there is a concept of slicer. Okay, in slicer, I can add fields over here. Let's say I add segments. And I can say keep filters on. And if I do this channel partner, instead of, so I can actually make it dynamic. So I can take this. Okay, so I can select it from here also. Okay.
Yeah.
Done? All good?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. By the way, R Python, you can actually integrate. So if time permits and, later on, if some of you are interested in codes and all, we can actually see this. Okay, so how you can, integrate with R or Python, and you can actually draw charts. But as Vishwajit says, that's a pretty heavy duty coding. So unless the concepts of trigonometry and coding is clear, it's difficult to make. Okay, so let me talk about this. These are some of the charts. We saw Q&A, that there are a few others which are very interesting. You can say AI driven. So the first one is this key influencer. So let me show you the key influencer charts. So, so it is saying that what do you want to analyze? So let's say I want to analyze sales, and I want to analyze sales explained by, let's say, segment. Sorry, not sorry, expand by explain. Now see what happens. Everybody got this? So sales explained by segment. Yes. So now if you go over here, what is doing? It is showing that what influences sales to increase. If the segment is small business, the average sales will increase by 297. So it is showing that on an average across all channels, these are sales. But if your channel is small business, that will help to increase the sales by, by 297K.
Also, can you just repeat that?
Yeah, I could not get it.
Analyze, I
If you
put
can-
sale and I put segment, but it's showing me no results found.
Yeah. So you give analyze sales explained by segment.
Right.
Hmm.
Yes.
You should get this data.
No, it's saying no results found. Try adding some more fields.
Just
Can
see.
you try one more time? Adunu, I think I missed it.
Yeah,
Can
sure.
you just try one more time, please?
Sure. So I'll just put sales, analyze sales, and explain by segment.
Yeah.
Okay.
It should give you this data.
It's not. Let me try again. Sales.
Yeah, everybody got it?
It's still saying no results found. Try adding some more fields. What could be wrong?
Are you taking segment or something else? Just check, because sometimes if it doesn't, let's say if I make this.
So for analyze, I took sales and explain by segment.
Okay, no, sometimes let's say I did it for country. Okay, so no influencers found. Probably you are getting this.
It's saying no results found. Try adding some more fields in.
Yeah, same thing. That right now, for example, I'm seeing this. No influencers found. Try adding some more fields into explain by.
Yeah.
So where it is not, so just check if you have given country or if you have given segment or something else. Okay, so it is trying to see if there is if segment is influencing sales at all. If segment is not influencing sales, it will not be able to give any data. So just see if you are using segment or something else.
A segment only.
And it should not be the case.
Only 2 boxes.
Anybody else has got this?
Yes, I got it.
So, Suman, what about you? Did you?
No, I have also got it. I don't have this problem.
Okay. So you need to, I don't know.
What is the name of this graph again?
This is a top influence, key influencers.
Key influencer.
Okay, so it is trying to say that women, shall we proceed?
Yeah, please.
Sorry
please.
about that.
That's okay. That's okay.
I think next time you, if you just connect the other
I'll do that.
laptop, connect means if you join
Zoom.
to the other laptop, that will help you to
Yeah.
share the screen.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure these are very small, small, oversights. I'll not even call mistakes, oversights, and because of that, it can be very frustrating. I completely understand that. Okay, and then sometimes it's very difficult to figure out what went wrong.
What I can't figure out is, you said analyze, you put sales, I put sales. You said explain by, put segment, I put segment. Unless there's a problem in my data. But if
No, yeah, and there would not be any problem in the data because all of
us have done
Yeah,
use
so
the
these are
previous
typical oversights, and this happens. I mean, the problem is that you will not be able to. Whoever has making the mistake, it is very difficult for that person to find out that mistake, because you're used to seeing that same thing, that so some third eye has to see that. So that's why next time, if you can just share your screen, I think that will be it will be easier to solve for you.
So can
Women, there are two things, just one after another. One is explain by, another is expand by.
Yes.
So you have put it in the explain by, no?
That's right.
Yeah, because sometimes it is expand by, then it can create a problem.
No, I did like that only. Even when I put sales, it still said no fields. When I put that segment into the explain by and doing it again, still the same thing. Okay, doesn't matter. Must be something.
So can we establish a relationship between discount and sales, something like that? Suppose if my discount person.
We have a lot of relationship. I can tell you from my practical.
Yeah. So what we can do.
Right or not.
So you are trying to say whether we have a relationship. So you are analyzing. No, this explain by is of dimension. Okay, explain by the dimension. So I don't think you can do it on discount. Okay, let me still try, but I don't think you'll be able to explain this by discount. Okay, it does. Okay, it does something. Okay, but let's see if you can make any meaning out of it.
What is this?
Yeah, it has. Okay, first, I mean, this is an interesting chart that has come out. Okay, this interesting chart that has come out. Discount. Actually, we should not do discount. Okay, first let us do the easier one, Pratham. Then we'll come. I mean, it has come out, but it's a scatter plot. Okay, but we need to interpret this. First, let us understand. It's a good report to see, but let us first understand, for the ease of understanding, let us understand the sales by segment. Okay, so let's see what it is actually doing. Okay, so this is trying to say that what influences the sales to increase. That means it is trying to say that if your segment of sale is small business, then that is going to increase your average sales by 0.5 million. I mean, if you are selling through small business segment, your average sale will go up by 0.5. Okay. That's what it is saying. That means I'll be able to sell more if I mean, not 0.5 by, in this scale, whatever this value is, average of sale 4.24, okay, 0.424. My average per unit sale will go up, per transaction sale will go up by 0.424. If I sell through small business compared to other channels. Shuman, does it make sense?
Yeah.
On the other hand, if I see what makes the sale reduce, it is saying that if I make a sale through channel partner, that will reduce my average sale by by 176,000. And the next one is the mid market. That means first culprit is channel partner, next culprit is mid-market. If I sell through these two channels, my average sale is likely to decrease. Okay. I can show only those values which are influencers. So these two are influencers. So rest of the channels are actually not making any difference in terms of whether I sell through mid-market or I sell through government. It is not likely to, government or enterprise is not likely to make any change in the sales. So if I sell through small business, my sales will go up. If I sell through channel partner or mid-market, my sales will go down. That's what he's trying to say. Okay, make sense? And if I go to this top segments, now this is what it is doing as a cluster. Okay, so in data science, you have this clustering analysis where where basically you cluster the different any set of data and see that what are the ones which are similar. So this segment is not the segment of government or not that segment. It is a cluster. So there is one cluster over here where the average sale is 1801. Okay, so sales are happening around this. Another cluster is there where the average sale is 23. So basically there are two main kind of sale ticket size, if we may say so. Okay, one is this 18.01K, another is 23.82K. So these are the two big clusters in which the sales are happening. Average of sales and how many. So there are 100 sales that are happening in this cluster. There are 100 sales that are happening in this cluster in segment 2. Okay. Am I making sense?
What is the total number of sales?
Total number of sales.
Total is 200.
No, not 200. Total number of transactions is actually 700. Okay, so if you look at it.
So these are the two main clusters.
These are the two main clusters, right?
So there could be many more, but these are the two main.
It has been able to cluster. Okay, now when the sales is likely to be low, so these are the two clusters where the sales are likely to be low, and the clusters where the sales is likely to be high is this one. Okay, so this is the high cluster sales and this is the low cluster sales, and rest of it has not been able to cluster. That means it is not showing a pattern. So this one is how much population? High. Okay, this one is also 100. So this is 300. It has been able to see a pattern. 300 transactions. Remaining transaction is not able to see a pattern.
So for these 200, it is low, and for the rest 100, it is high. So
right.
The rest 400, they are not being able to cluster.
That is, it is scattered. Okay. Now let us see what Pritham is.
We can also do that. This relationship also can be done between sales and profit.
That's what Pritham was asking. So can we do it on two measures instead of two dimensions? So let's say we take discount percentage. No point in taking discount, right? We should take a discount percentage. So analyze, let's say, sales. Okay. Let us do it here. Analyze sales, or let's say analyze profit with discount percent. Explain by discount percent. Okay, now discount, no. So it is, so wherever it's not finding any influencers clearly, it will show. So that there's nothing wrong in the analysis, but it's not finding any influencer. Okay, so this is not finding any influencer. So let's say sales by profit here also discount percentage is not. So it is not finding that. So let me say discount. and instead of, let's say we take average discount. Okay. Now it is seeing what is showing is that if the average, so it is not a discount percentage, because in discount percentage it could not actually get any trend. So where my discount percentage is towards 0.1 million, my average, these are all instances of sales. Okay, count of sales. Okay, so now, so most of my sales are clustered around this, where either my discount percentage is to a lower band or up to this, let's say whatever, let's say 0.05 million. Okay, beyond this, so there are very few sales that are happening where the discount is more than 0.1 million. So it's giving me a scatter plot on the discount versus average of sales. So if my discount is beyond 0.1, my actually sales is coming down. Your average sales is coming down. Okay, this is the place where your average sales is highest, where your discount is around, let's say 0.05, around this point, where your average sales is highest. So this can help you to understand probably where,
How much discount to be given.
Okay, and if I, okay, this is actually giving the same chart, because both will give you this correlation, basically a scatter plot. So whether you show increase or decrease, it will give you the same chart, because it's again to measure. I think very interesting chart. It's a very interesting chart. Here you see there are 3 segments. It has created 3 segments in terms of. Now suppose I make this, instead of discount, I make this discount band. We had this discount band. Let me see. Let me explain something. It doesn't explain. Profit on discount band can explain. No. So some of this, unless the data, the discussion is high, the data it will probably not be able to give any explanation. But wherever it is able to, it is showing you the influences. I did the core discount. Take this as average. Okay, makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I think what Preetham has tried already to show you this is a very interesting chart. It is called a decomposition tree. Okay. Preetham, you have tried this, right?
No, I tried the key influencer only.
Oh, you tried the key influencer. The decomposition tree is another very important chart. So here what we are doing is, we are saying analyze sales, okay, and explain by, let's say, product. Okay, so what it does is, these are sales. Okay, let me see if I can compact this. Data labels. Display unit, millions. Okay. Okay, so this is my total sales, right? And data bars. And we'll just leave it like that. Okay, so this is my sales. Now it is expand this. Now, okay, first of all, I'm expand by product. Okay, so now let's see what it does. When you say high value, what it does is it will show you the product that has the highest value in terms of sale, Passio, VTT. So this is in that. Okay, if I make this low value, it will start with the ones that are the lowest values. It's 4 which has the lowest value. Okay. And then it will it will show the lowest values. And if I make it the highest value, it will show the highest values. Okay. If I make this product, then it will show in the order of the, the natural order of the products, where the, it can be against sales, okay, but I think I should be able to change the order. But if I specifically say high value or low value, it will show me according to that. Now, if I use country below this, now see what happens. Now another level has opened. So now I want to, for Paseo, which are the countries which are high value? Mexico. And now for, let's say I put segment. Okay. So, sorry, segment has come on top. Let's put segment over here. So now your product, okay, then which is the highest value country? So you have government, segment has come. You can do that also. Yes. So Paseo is the highest selling product. In Paseo, which is the highest selling, anyway, highest selling segment, government is the highest selling segment, and which country it is highest selling? Canada.
So the third one means within government, the highest selling country is Canada.
It is like a drill down chart, but
Fantastic.
yeah, but you can drill down within one screen.
Yeah.
And the problem that you were saying that we are not able to know that which this is referring to. Of course, that problem anyway should be solved, but this is another way.
Yeah, correct. And this is interesting. This is very interesting.
Okay. All good, everybody?
Now, tell me one thing, Atanu. Now, when we actually publish to show this to somebody, at that point of time, also we can, kind of drill down to the category level or the country level. No.
Yes, we can.
We can do that, no?
All the properties of the chart will remain. So I'll just show you.
But during the presentations, if there is an additional data it's required, at that point of time, we have to come back to this chart, and then perhaps you have to use the metrics and the dimensions, right?
Right. So there you have to make the changes and then go back. Yeah. That one. So, okay. So I can remove this.
No, say for example, now if I want to know this for Velo instead of Paseo, how do you do that?
Okay, so
So you can do that here. Okay.
So it is.
That's
Arunda, what is that blue bar signifies?
Which one?
That blue bars, in some cases it is fully filled, in some cases it's partially filled.
Let me just check. Which one? You are talking about here something? This one?
Yes,
This one?
yes.
So we have expanded this. This one has been expanded. So
no, that I got, but in case of VTT,
Hmm.
I think it's around suppose 65% or 60% is filled. In case of
no, that's because 21 million. No? That's because 21 million versus 33 million. I think that's the difference.
Yeah, absolutely right. So this is the highest, Paseo is the highest, and then what percentage of Paseo is VTT? It's not the total. What percentage of the topmost?
Okay, so then why passive is 100% filled? in that
Because
case?
passive is the topmost. So here you see government is the topmost. So government will be 100%. It is, I mean, it is not showing the total sales against that. It is showing that it is a ranking chart. So it is seeing that, okay, 100% is passive. Then out of that, how much is BTT? How much?
Okay, okay. Oh, relative ranking is there,
Right.
I think.
Right.
Okay, okay, got it.
Okay. Now I will show you a very interesting thing, which I'm sure women or Suman will be very happy to see as business users. Let me do a simple chart because I'm not very sure if it will work. We'll try in this chart, the other chart also, but let me try it with a simple chart. Let's say I have a normal simple chart, this one, where we have a normal stuff product, and or let's say we put date. Let me not take the line chart. It's date. Values is 6. Okay. So this one, this is called a smart. We have seen the QN. This one is called the smart narrative. Now let's see what it does. I'll create a smart narrative. See what it has done. It has created a narrative for this chart.
Oh,
Okay, sales trended up, resulting in 167.59%. Okay, let's try to maximize this. Okay, sales trended up, resulting 167.59%, increase in Sunday, September 1st, 2013, and Monday, December 1st, 2014. Sales started trending up on Tuesday, July 1st, 2014, rising by 48%. So much in 5 months, it'll jump from this to this and steep incline between this. So it has kind
so
of
interpretation also done by the system.
yeah. I mean, interpretation, not probably the reason, but it has kind of given a narrative. It has told the story.
Very interesting. Just repeat this. Because moving from one laptop to the other, you miss
Yeah,
all
I
of it.
understand completely. And I know that this will interest the business users. So it's just that I took this smart narrative. I didn't actually what we can do. So it did not do this for this one. It's slightly complicated. So it automatically picked up this one. I did not select it. It picked up this one, and I clicked on the smart narrative. It automatically did this. And I did not do anything. It created this.
But why this one? Why not that one?
I think that one probably, let me try. Okay, if I just remove this, let me see what that does. Okay. I just remove this. Probably it will not, that's little more complicated, so it may not be able to do it. Okay, but still let me see. So now if I do a narrative here, let's see what it does. Okay, no summary is found. Okay. So you don't support summarization of any of the selected feature. So they have not yet given that. No.
Oh, so that means the support is also perhaps limited to few charts, few simple charts.
Which are easier to interpret. Okay. So let me show you any questions, thoughts.
So there is practically nothing to be done in case of that smart chart. No, it's basically like you kind of you click there and it will automatically either it will give result or it will not give result.
Absolutely, nothing to be done. Absolutely. So these three features again are very powerful feature in terms of Power Apps. So you can create apps where you can see these reports or apps in your mobile device. Then you have this automate some form of automation, and this is also a map. So again, time permitting, we can apps we will not be able to see because that will require some developmental effort. But maybe this map we may see later on. Time permitting, the more advanced maps. So let's see, we'll try and do this. What I want to show you is here, even though, as you know, everybody agrees that you should be cautious about seeing these community charts, but just to show you the capability of the community chart. So this is all this huge list of charts that you have. People have developed it and kept it for everybody to use freely. So let me show you some interesting charts. Okay, let me show you this one. Okay, merged bar chart. Okay, so when some of them are paid, like this one is paid. Okay, and paid means a very small amount. So some of them, what they will do, they will show you a preview with a watermark, but if you want to do it without that, then you have to pay. Whereas others which does not have anything, they are usually free. So this merged bar chart, let me just show you this one. So when you select any one of these, what happens is that it will ask you to add this. When you add this, this will get added over here. Okay, so this will get added over. So this, merged bar chart has added over. So this is the company that has developed it, Nova Silva. So what does it do? So it has an axis and it has values. So let's say I have, product, and let's say I have, still show some help and all. I have sales. So it is showing like this, and I have profit. So now what it does, it has shown sales and profit in two different axes. Okay. So Passio, what is a sale? What is a profit? BTT, like this. So I can see Amarilla, even though sales is lower, the profit is much higher compared to Velo. So remember that we were not getting this kind of chart directly in the standard chart. Yeah, and you can do some customization, I think. So there is some licensing. Those which are paid, probably have to give the license keys. And so data, colors. I don't think we can change we should be able to change the two colors over here, but here it is showing default colors. That means I can't have two different colors, one for sales, one for profit. As of now, it's not there in this. So these are all, community made. So we can't customize it. So whatever is available, we can use it. Make sense? Yes, all good?
Yes, sir.
Great. So let us try one more. So all these charts will come in the over here, all the community charts. Which one we should try? Okay. Okay, this one is an interesting one. Okay, let me show you this. It's a slicer. So let me use it in a different dashboard. This one will not work with this, so let me just create a different dashboard. So let's take a simple chart. Okay. Sales, and let us use this chiclet slicer. Oh, not this. Okay, so here I use a chiclet slicer, and the chiclet slicer I give country. Keep it like this. Okay, now click on this, Germany, click on Germany, US, because US, Mexico. Okay, there's
Oh, so you can do summation also. So that means Germany, USA,
No,
and
no.
Mexico together.
No,
This is
no, this is the total anyway, because this is a separate dimension. This is the product dimension. Okay. But it is a filter, but it just kind of, it is without Mexico. It is much more convenient.
it is without Mexico now.
It's now without Mexico. So it's a filter, but the visualization of filter is pretty interesting.
Excellent.
So these are kind of, things to impress your client.
Yeah, this is very interesting.
Some are this kind of things, some are really useful. So there is another one called timeline slicer. So let me use this chart. Let's say I can use this same thing. So this is my timeline slicer. And let's say I put date. So okay, so it's like this. Okay, so I say September, so it's like this. I say November, so it's like this.
Can you also do summation September to November?
No, I don't think so. Whether this is, oh, you can, yes.
No,
Actually,
you can do that.
yeah.
It looks familiar, na, Shumanda?
Yeah, absolutely, Vishwajit. I'm বলতে যাচ্ছিলাম.
Familiar to what?
And I love this.
Familiar to, you're doing something like this.
Yeah, Vishwajit করে দিয়েছে আমাকে.
It was long back, but Shumanda has haven't forgotten it. So in SAP business objects, this was there.
Correct.
So I used to
very nice.
ask this for every chart.
Correct.
So
Vishwajit did it long back. True.
very good. In fact, these are quite interesting. So let me show you another one. Okay, this one is called a tornado chart. This is actually a more serious chart. This is a proper chart. I don't, in Google Data Studio, I think there's a community one. In Tableau, you have to customize it. Here also you get a, so tornado chart is basically, it's something like this, something like this one, this chart, but it's reverse. It's also called a butterfly chart. So just you flip the profit side with one axis. So I'll just show you. So if I take a tornado chart, so the values are, let's say, sales and profit. Okay, and I think let's say product. Sorry, product. Yeah. So what is doing is, on the left hand side is sales, on the right hand side is profit. So similar to what the other one, but other one was separate, two separate things. But here on one side you have sales, so it looks like a tornado. It is circling like this. So it's a tornado. Or alternatively, is also called a butterfly chart. So you have this butterfly over here, and on the both sides the wings. So obviously one side is very small compared to the other, but on a similar scale, probably you will have a looking like a butterfly. So this is another. Now, this one is a very popular chart. Butterfly chart is a very
And very useful also.
Yes,
So
yes.
against a dimension, we can compare two different KPI
right.
on value of a dimension. Although the one thing is that this tornado chart and 2-3 other charts, you have pulled it from the community chart, but
Right.
showing the developer is or the publisher is Microsoft Corporation.
Some of them might be Microsoft's own community charts. Some of
So
them,
why Microsoft could have developed this? So it may have you kept this in
why
the
they've not
standard
kept
chart.
it as a part of the standard?
Yes, yes. Because in that case there would be no data security issue. So the other chart is also there.
Huh.
I see developed by Microsoft Corporation.
The Sankey chart, okay, there.
Mm.
Maybe, I mean, maybe some of them are still kind of, they have not reached the stability where they can put it in a part of the
Okay,
standard chart. Maybe, I mean, I don't know.
Yes, yes. Okay.
Okay, so let us close for today. We will continue with some more charts, and next class what we are going to do is we are going to get into multiple tables. So right now we are talking about only single table, but in a real data you may not get everything in a single table. So you'll have multiple tables. So little bit of knowledge of what is called a relational database management system is required, but again it's very easy. It's very easy. I'm sure all business users will, it will not be very difficult to pick it up. So, but in that case, what will happen is that in reality, the data that is stored in your in the corporate systems, they are not necessarily in one table.
But we don't have any RDBMS knowledge, so that's not an issue, no?
Not an issue at all. You will find it very easy. RDBMS, the basic, of course. I mean, we are not looking at kind of a database design kind of thing, but basic understanding of RDBMS is extremely easy. You will get it in 10-15 minutes. So that way, I mean, where there are multiple tables, you will easily be able to join it. So this tab is actually used for data modeling. What is called data model? Data modeling means that basically how many tables you should have. Let's say here we have, let's say, participants, and if the participants have different departments and then different let's say marks. Okay, so you have, for this training course, you have participants, the department, and the marks. So typically this will not be in one table. Okay. So all of this Vishwajit and Shubhamai will be able to explain you very well.
I think Gautama, if you show it in few 2 or 3 simple tables in Excel,
Yes,
with
yes.
few rows, so it would be better to
I'll do that one.
they will
I'll
able
first
to
show.
interpret
I'll first,
very easily.
yeah, absolutely. I'll first show in a few simple tables, like very basic table, like the one that I said, that participants, department, and scores, and then take a real data. And also, of course, I'll check what Vishwajit, the data that Vishwajit has sent. So I'll take that data. Also, I want you to show how this system works in a big data. Let's see how we do in terms of time. Because see, I think all of us, Shubhamai, Vishwajit, everybody we were discussing in the beginning of the course, that all these things that we are seeing, it's not that everything can't be done in Excel. I mean, many of these things probably you can still do in Excel. Okay. But the whole idea is that, I should be able to connect to the big data and kind of, extract the data. So when I'm talking of not few thousand rows, but few million rows. Now that may not be, for example, very relevant for your, things like your transactional data, like sales, etc. But let's say when Anindo is analyzing the data for his app. Okay, so that data will be a big data, because every instance, so many thousands of users are coming, and what is their various other metrics. So how to connect with that big data system and then draw some reports from there. So that will be another very interesting exercise. So what I wish to do is take some sample big data and see how we can extract that data seamlessly. It's very seamless, and show and visualize that in Power BI. Okay, so let's see how time-wise how we do, and of course So we'll start with Tableau so that we don't fall behind Tableau. And then if you have time, probably we'll get into some of this. Okay. So that's all for today. Uman, just let me know if you are still facing the problem.
That was okay.
Okay. And I'll suggest next session, if you
I'll log in and
log in both the laptops, then it'll be easier for you to share. Okay. So that's all for today.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Done. Thank you.
I'll take a look at Vishwajeet's data set and see how we can use it in the next session. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night, sir.
Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Bye. Bye.